for entry 707 and squawk 700. The range is the only restriction fixing the aircraft is not below 2,000 feet to the west of the range road. After that, not below 2,000 feet west of the range road.
Well, listen to that wind, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Yes, there is a RAF Tutor entering the range. Yeah, you've heard it. Well, there's surf here today. It is unbelievably windy again. Here we go, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Get ready for live action from Holbeach Air Weapons Range for as long as I can hang on for. And we do have very shortly a RAF Tutor. And it's not just any pilot. Ladies, gents, and teddy bears, I would like to introduce to you the 2026 RAF Tutor display pilot, Flight Lieutenant Rich Tomola. Based at RAF Cranwell now with 16 flying training school. It is a first for the times now that the Tutor display team is now based at Cranwell. Just like Flight Lieutenant Tom Nation, he is too from Wales. He was born in Pontypool, South Wales, and Rich joined the Royal Air Force in 1996, having completed his EFT, elementary flying training, on the University of Wales Air Squadron, just like our Dragon 01. He's not far now. And he flew the Bulldog following multi-engine training as well on his Jetstream. He completed several frontline tours on the C-130 Hercules, so he's an experienced C-130 Hercules pilot as well. Rich graduated as a qualified flying instructor and served with Northumbria, Yorkshire and Bristol University Air Squadron as well, flying the Tutor. He was promoted to squadron leader in 2008. He went to command the Universities of London Air Squadron as well. Following several tours in 2014, he took advantage of the opportunity to return to the C-130, where he served as a deputy officer commanding 30 Squadron. He's not far now. Where is he? Promoted to wing commander in 2015. He took command of 45 Squadron, initially flying the King Air before overseeing the introduction of the Phenom to the RAF service. Not far. Where are you? Where are you, Rich? So Rich joined as a full-time reserve service flight lieutenant and served as a QFI, qualified flying instructor, on 57 Squadron, flying the Prefect. In 2025 he joined the East Midlands University's Air Squadron, where he currently serves as a QFI, being only one of a handful. He currently serves as a QFI. So hopefully a couple of fly past and displays from Rich. I can hear it, but I can't actually see it.
126 entrance 207. 126 Roger, and you're stopping out here. Tower door is at the right one. Come on, 26 A furthest, the taller one of the 5 buildings on the flank.
Oh man, that wind. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, there you go. You never know, right? Had a bit of a tripod malfunction, so it's a little bit on the old subsidence there. Oh, goodness me. You never know what will be using the range. Ted enjoyed that. We've actually got surf out here. Look at the state of this out there. Look at that. Big shout out to the Tutor display team. I can see the crew over there. I wonder if they're coming over. I think they're coming over to me, I think. Give me 1 second, I'm just going to go and have a word with them. Hang on, I'll be right back. sorry about that. I just had to go and make myself known to the tutor display team. That was really good, really good. Hope you're right. I was trying to explain. I could have done better with my filming. It's really bad, as you can see. And not only trying to hold a camera, but I bet it was challenging for Rich. That was absolutely fantastic. Hope we're all good. My name's Nick. I'm your cameraman, historian and commentator, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Hope we're all good. Welcome to Holbeach Air Weapons Range, a place to not only bring your aircraft to blow up and shoot stuff, but to display your aircraft as well. There we go. We just had 2 displays from the Tutor display pilot there, Flight Lieutenant Rich Tamola. I need to ask, I think he might actually be a wing commander, or at least he was a wing commander. I can't remember, but I know he was a wing commander. I know he was promoted to wing commander, but due to what he does now, I'm not actually sure if he is a wing commander. I'm going to find out. I'll find out. It brings back memories of last year, so I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to please support the channel. And there's our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. Ted, the wind is blowing, so the wind is actually blowing from the east, so it's coming towards the screen. So we can keep Ted's beret on, although I may need to catch it in the drainage. In the drainage system over there. I don't think you'd like that, Ted. No. Hope we're all good, ladies, gents and teddy bears. Hope we're well. Oh yeah. Let's have a look at the screen there. Well, there we go. That's our first movement. Something unexpected for you there. A Tutor ×2 though. We had 2 displays with a very low passes there. Beautiful. So he was, a very experienced C-130. Wow, on stream to multi-engine. What a background, man. If you think about the mixture and the variety we've had this week so far, right? So far we've had F-35s, A-10s, F-15s, Typhoons, Chipmunks, and a RAF Tutor. That's and it's only Wednesday. Yeah. Hook it in. Right. You've just got to wait to see what we get next now. Goodness me. Right. Me, it's absolutely crazy out here, do you know what I mean? How we doing, ladies, gents and teddy bears? Goodness me, it is absolutely windy here at Holbeach Air Weapons Range, a place to bring your aircraft to blow up and shoot stuff, and also to bring your aircraft to show it off, you know, so you can stand there and go, right, what we buying today then, love? What we buying? Do you know what I mean? Today on display, you know, when you go out, you know, you go to your, I don't know, Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes, Toyota, Ford, whichever, and you know, you go to the showroom and they have like a little test, you know, little test drive, you know, you can come and have a look at the aircraft, see what they can do. Now that was brilliant. That was Flight Lieutenant Rich Tamala, brilliant, this year's Tutor display pilot. Give him some support when you go to air shows this year, because you would have noticed the Benevolent Fund heart roundel underneath. That is the charity that they fly for, the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund. Give them some support as well when you go to air shows, and tell them that you saw the display at Holbeach from the Ted Coningsby Channel. Tell them, you know, honestly, they're smashing. They're a smashing team, and you know, and I've been following them last year, and I met last year's display pilot Bob Jews, which was absolutely brilliant, really good. I just met some of their team just now. They've gone now, but absolutely cracking team. But welcome to Holbeach Air Weapons Range. You never know what you're going to get, a display even, but yes, we've got targets, all sorts of things here, and for those that don't know, you can't just come here and start blowing up and shooting stuff. It's all managed, everything is all safe. But on a safety thing, while we're on the topic of safety, please do not go onto the range, okay? It is absolutely not safe, and you can tell that the range is active because the red flags are up. This goes for all ranges around the country, so from Dartmoor, you've got ranges out in Tyneham, Salisbury, there's loads, and there's also air weapons range. There's 5 air weapons ranges. There's here, further up there's Donanook, you've got the Pembury Sands, Cape RAF and Tain, okay? But there's also ranges on the ground, and you got Salisbury planes, got walk up as well, with tanks and all sorts of stuff, and usually indicated by red flags. Red flags means no. So on if you're on Dartmoor, you can see the red flags dotted about. At night they're lit up. Okay, so that's on a safety thing. They're not many. I only know the one. I would imagine there's one further down there, whichever, but there's emergency exits. You need to treat those like crash gates. Please don't be that person to block it. Should the worst happen, then the emergency services need to get access. It's very important to do so. All right, to not block anything like that. Oh, cool. So, ladies, gents, teddy bears. So as far as aircraft, even Tom, when he was checking in, if you're going to use the range, you need to communicate with Holbeach Tower. They'll have their own little frequency. You check in with the range. I guess it works on a basis that they book it in, so they'll phone up. You know, like where you do, you know, you phone up, table for free, please, 7 p.m, free people. And that's interesting, because when you're entering the range and about to check in, okay, because you can't just come in, you do need to actually verify how many persons are coming. All right, POB, persons on board. This is for safety should the worst happen. So for example, a Chinook can have more than one. There are some Typhoons that are 2-seater. Even the Tutor, it's a 2-seater. It could be doing anything. So should the worst happen, they know how many persons to look out for in an event of a rescue. Okay, so if there's a flight of 4 F-15E Strike Eagles, they're going to say a flight of 4. This is my call sign. So there's 2 POB on each. So so there's 8 persons using the range. Okay. They need to confirm what they're carrying, if they're carrying, what they've got, what they intend to do. All that kind of stuff needs to be checked in. And if Holbeach Tower are happy, they'll give them all the latest and greatest weather updates. The QFE is really important that they get that updated. You don't want to mess around with the wrong altitude, especially on a display that we just seen. Things like that. So they'll check in, and then if it's all good, they're happy, they will be given the squawk code 7002. All right, and they can then enter the range, and then they can switch the guns, switch the rockets, or whatever. They don't have to fire live rounds. They do use live rounds. The bombs, like GBUs, guided bombs and rockets. So the actual detonation, the electronics of it, is actually live. But the actual explosive is filled with cement. The actual bomb, the whole thing, is filled with cement, and it mimics the weight. So if it's a 500 pound, it'll weigh 500 pound filled with cement. Okay, so the actual electronics and part of it, there's no warhead here, but it will have some form of explosive, especially when they actually release the bombs and rockets, because you don't want it going back up, because it can do. But anyway, that's another story. But when they're done, actually, before I say that, these targets are numbered, and there is a circuit. They'll come round, downwind, down to here, and speed, they'll say call sign. I always use speed 123. That's my generic call sign. Speed 123 in dry, okay? But they can't just come in dry. They need to wait for clearance from tower to go continue dry. If they say hot, continue hot, target 8, whatever it is, they'll say continue hot. There can be instances where they're denied. It's a negative running. Negative for hot, negative for dry. They could have gone outside. There could have been something. They could have gone outside the boundary, or there could be something that has just happened, like a boat. It's just, I don't know, just something like someone running on there. Not that you would. Just some situation like a flock of birds, even like a massive flock of birds that come in, and it could be a potential anything like that. They need to be either cleared or not. Okay, but when they're done, they need to switch to safe. They can't leave without switching to safe, and then they're given all the latest and greatest details. All right, so that's just a little bit of info. There are a few situations. So if on an F-15, if the guns jam, it's not like you can get out and fix it. If the guns jam, well, it's very dangerous. That bullet could just go anywhere. So that'll be almost certainly declaring some form of emergency squawk code, I would have thought. But anyway, you can get hung bombs where it didn't fall off, didn't eject. That is also a situation. That's quite serious. So they can do what's called a panel check. Well, they'll lift the belly and just do a buzz the tower, literally, so they can have a quick panel check to see if it's still on there, because it can just fall off. Which is why we always say, don't stand at the approach, don't stand at the red and white fence, because £500 of cement is going to hurt if it fell off. Okay, so you got that. On a Chinook, for example, they'll have to declare a stoppage if the gun's jammed, but the benefit of having your guns mounted and, you know, a man, and they're manned, so to speak, they can fix the jammed bullet, for example. They can fit, they're there, you know, they can do it, all right? And then they just need to say stoppage cleared. On an Apache, for example, if they're using rockets, if that jams, they need to wait half an hour there. They need to stay still for half an hour. That's quite severe. I've seen rockets in, trust me, they may not have live detonations on them, but my gosh, you wouldn't want that hitting you. They are literally like that. So anyway, we're gonna wait around for a couple of hours and just, well, I think a couple of hours, we'll see how long we'll I'll see. It is pretty nasty actually. With my back to it, it's not too bad. Maybe I'll just stand here all day. Oh goodness me, but hopefully it calms down the wind, because it is actually another nice blue sky day. All right, so hope you enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. Really annoyingly challenging for me. I could have done better, but hey, you know, I'll pick another day next week. I'll find another nice day, because it is nice coming here, because you just never know. And I bet you weren't expecting a RAF Tutor here, right? Anyway, hit the thumbs up. Do give us a thumbs up. Do subscribe as well to the Ted Coningsby channel. It does help. We're heading up to wonderful numbers again. So a big shout to all our fans and members as well. Big time. Still got still sporting the hang on, let me move that down if I can do it. I've really locked it. So still got our new hoodies that are out. Goodness me, I've got all these heat pads. Recommended heat pad from a bit of a, where is this from? Vango? Is this Vango? Vango, yeah, nice little heat pad. That supposed to be for sleeping bags, but just bung it in here, innit, you know. Keep the old cheeseburgers warm. Oh goodness me. Oh my word. Yeah, so I'm a bit puffy. There we go, so I got that. Yeah, pretty cool. So don't forget the hoodies, they're absolutely selling well, so thanks for those that have been purchasing them really well. They're like, Claire is literally having a good time in the warehouse there. All right, so cool. Let's see what we're gonna get. Oh, look at the surf. You could nearly go surfing out there. Not that I would recommend it. This body of water is called the Wash. God, I'm trying to even the tripod struggling. I've had to, for the first time in a long time, in fact I don't think I've ever done this before, I've actually pegged down the tripod. God, just listen to that wind. God, just listen to that wind. It's bad, isn't it? Oh, by the way, I found the pheasant as well. The pheasant's about. Welcome to the show, Noxie, Dieter, Mayhem, Marshy, how you doing, Mayhem? Martin, what's going on? Alan Gates, how you doing? Doo-doo-doo. Davey, LEJ Approach, Paul Fuller, Margot. Oi, oi. Nice one. How's it all going, everyone? Hope you're all good. Darren, WS, 111, how you doing as well? Hope you're good. There's a lot of surf here, isn't it? Bad Purple, how's it going as well? Hope you're all good and well. Margot Baxter, Bad Purple, Davey, Margot, David Smart. The Grob, as far as I know, cannot be armed. As far as I remember, that can't be armed, no. So what you're seeing here is actually two barges put together. You can tell because of the shadow. At first it just looks like one long boat, but it's not. So if you have a look, so where the light side of it to the right, that's one, and then you've got a darker part, given away that it's two, and it's almost like a T shape. So it's like it's like that, and then with it looks like it's got a box of Foster's Lager on the top. So that's target 10. So just gonna see how long we can last here today. it's literally just a waiting game. You never know what's going to turn up. You just sit back, relax, and just wait. Wait. I've got the radio on, so as soon as you hear that, start chatting. But it's pretty challenging conditions. It must have been pretty challenging for Tom there. Sorry, for Rich. we doing around here now? Oh, there's the pheasant. I saw the pheasant today. It is about... It's somewhere on the range, actually. It's not too far. It's just literally just here. So there's our... that's one of a few attractions here at Holbeach. Madman Bush, how you doing? Hope we're all good and well. There's our 30-foot stilts. So these are for... Well, these are 30-foot tall, believe it or not. You probably could do, because it's around 2 miles out. And they're 30 foot for up there. They've got armoured plating, so for armoured piercing rounds, so such as the F-35. These are a couple of they were 2 barges put together. That's one of the targets. You've also got, like I said, the new one here. You've got the strafing panels there. So now the one on the right hasn't fallen over. It's just they're set at different angles. So target 1, panel 1, 2 and 3. So different skill levels for each panel. There's a little bombing ring. Look at that, beautiful. And there's a few other ones over that side. We've seen these get, well, I think we've seen every target been hit, which is kind of cool. Yeah, definitely. On the show, we've seen every single target been attacked, apart from obviously the new one, target 10. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby Channel, live here at Holbeach, and we've had a tutor, believe it or not, here displaying, which was pretty cool. Absolutely shocking. Woo. So there's no there's no runway here at Holbeach, but there is a HLS, a helicopter landing site. There's one, or a helipad, shall we say, as well. Opened all the way back in 1926 as an air gunnery facility, established by the Royal Air Force, and was associated with neighbouring RAF Sutton Bridge, which is over this side. There's one of the quadrants, by the way. Oi, oi. To those in the quads, there's little lookout observing posts to observe for scoring and safety as well. There's the red flag. And it's situated in the vicinity of the Wash, which is a natural, sort of like a rectangular body of water. But operations began all the way in 1926, and that was in September. I hope you can hear me all right. So yeah, 27th of September 1926. With biplanes. Let's have a little look what that would have looked like. So this what would have looked like Holbeach. Look at that, in 1926. Thanks to Chris Bloxham for that one. That's great, thank you. So you would have had biplanes in the area dropping bombs. And you know, during the Second World War, there were the likes of P-47 Thunderbolts, P-51s. That I know, and I would imagine Spitfires and Hurricanes alike. It had a couple of names, such as the Holbeach Air Gunnery and Bombing Range, also Holbeach March Range as well. And after the war, following the reduction of RAF Sutton Bridge, a place I do need to come and check out for a lost airfield one time. I will need to have a look. It was parented now with, well, in the 50s, after Sutton Bridge, with Marham this time, although it is now, of course, its own independent zone. But it was under RAF Strike Command from Marham. And on the 1st of April 2006, that changed again. It was transferred to the MOD Defence Training Estate East, based at Westhoff's camp in Westhoff's near Thetford in Norfolk, and the entity since then has actually been renamed again to the Defence Infrastructure Organisation East. So that's the DIO. What the DIO do, they oversee operational support for the range, including the infrastructure planning, maintenance, servicing, construction. Local administration here is managed by a DIO training safety officer, TSO, who I've met, who ensures the safe delivery of training operations. So the RAF Air Command top level budget holder retains control of the core of the station, which encompasses 716 hectares the air range control tower, staffed here. So big shout out to Holbeach Tower, there they are. Hey! Supported by civilian rangers. Also, you'll see like a white truck from Landmark Solutions. They take care of keeping things sweet and neat out on the target side of things. Landmark Solutions. So you do get Apaches here, Wildcats, F-35s, Typhoons, F-16s, F-15s, pretty much anything from RAF, NATO, Allied, US Air Force, etc. Yeah, they do night flying. Yeah, they can fly right up till usually around 10, so 2200. However, they can extend the times. There's a backwards flying crow, I think that was. Helicopter using the Ted Superstore, our online store. Visit tedconingsby.co.uk, and if you are a member, then you'll be able to access a range of discount codes. So treat yourself. There it is. pocket chair. Just made a pocket chair. Oh, wow! The just realised the screen nearly just shut on me then. So thank you very much to Derek A F15 high five. Thank you for gifting a Ted Coningsby membership. Margot, thank you very much for the super, who's part of our spanner flight as well. Thank you very much. Oh well, Darren WS111 high five. A port pump and a salute for that. That's a wonderful super chat there. Thanks a lot for the super. And God's march. And Paul Che, 23 months membership, nearly 2 years already. Oi oi Nikos, Ted and Claire, thank you very much. Hey, God's march to you. Brian Acosta, thank you very much for the super. Teddy. So sneak away. Große Bundesliga. Bundesliga. My name is Jens from Germany. How are you? You're good. Yes, you're good. You're very well. Yes, that's good. That's good. My name is Jens from Germany. How are you? Hello. Dear me. How are you? My name is Jens from Germany. And yes, it's rather windy here. I wanted to play the football, and while it was a delightful display, it was a bit of a Klinsmann maneuver. Red Ted, how are you? Pass the football, please. Goal! Bundesliga! Hope we're all good, ladies. Shed to teddy bears as we wait and hope for any more movement to come through and use the range. Just going to put a Lincolnshire frequency on. Maybe I can, because I'm not sure if they're up yet or if any are about. One thing though, at least it's dry, I'll tell you that. It is nice and dry. I can hear the pheasant. I don't know if you can hear that. Departures. Something might be departing Lincolnshire. Come on. Wind's got worse, hasn't it? surprise me if they, you know, some aircraft cancel because of it. It is, you know, you got to remember at the end of the day this is training, but fair play to Rich for doing the display in the challenging conditions. That was probably on the borderline, I would have thought, because I think I'm pretty sure, I think it's anything above 20 knots. I think that could be borderline for the display. I can't remember what the number is. Definitely 30 would be an absolute no for a tutor display, that is, and we're not talking about Typhoon here, but I think it's 20 knots, and I think it is on, I think it was definitely
MTA low and hot until 12:15, and then medium low airspace after that will be approximately 1 hour in MTA.
Well, I hope we're all good. We could do a Q&A, Teddy, couldn't we? Yeah, I think we could. What do you reckon, mate? How you doing? Grand Crew Crew here. Hope you're all good and well. What's going on? Hope you're all well. Goodness me, it's a bit more windy out here. It's not good for me Barnet. Make the missus think I had a fight with some sort of tumble dryer. Do you know what I mean? How we doing? Hope we're all good. Cool. This is a pretty bad day, isn't it? Goodness me. My name's Grand Crew Drew. That's what I do. That's right, pilots. They bend it, we mend it, they break it, we fix it. And you know, working with the armourers and that, you know, it's a pretty tough challenge. Got to get everything right and ready, especially when it comes to ICT. That's it. That's a integral combat turn, that is, and that is what it's all about. That is what it's all about. But in windy days like this, goodness me, trying to get those drop tanks, stopping them from rolling. Goodness me, sometimes I think I need a bigger skyrocket to fit those in, but never mind. Hope we're all good and well. What's going on? Hope you enjoyed that tutor. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Been pretty good. Haven't really been up to much. What have you lot been up to? Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, whether you're watching it on the wobbly jelly or your dog and bone or even your lamb chop. Got to keep up with the times, ain't you? Goodness me, I tell you what, I'm a long way from home. I'm a long way from me cat and mouse. Whoa, 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 said the guy on the boat. Do you know what I mean? Right, I'm off. See ya. It's good to know Lake and Ether are up as well, so that adds to and more. Keep an eye out on your any of your whatever you use really, ADSB or even your scanners or your radios, whatever you want. See what we can find. Gosh, it's I was just thinking it's only Wednesday at the moment, and we've seen a nice variety from literally from A10s to a RAF Tutor display. So that's two types of displays we've seen, the Typhoon and the RAF Tutor. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to going to the air shows already. So next month I'll be doing my first it's not quite an air show, but my first sort of displays, so I'll get them in for you. And then June I've got Gosford, July Riyadh. Also got confirmed is the Cleethorpes Armed Forces Day. We're going to do the weekend. I'm probably going to sacrifice the Shuttleworth the Sunday show. I wasn't live anyway for Shuttleworth, but I usually do that one, Festival of a Flight. It is absolutely banging, but I don't think I'm going to turn down the opportunity to broadcast the Cleethorpes Armed Forces Day. And then August we got Eastbourne, and then September we are heading off for our Lossiemouth adventures like we normally do. And then October, it's pretty much a rundown, a sort of finish up for the season for us, really. Although we keep going, daily, every day. That's when I take my second part of my my leave. That is pretty bad, isn't it? Woo! And then of course November we've got well, hopefully it goes ahead, we got York Night. I'll do that one, but we'll try and get to the Mac Loop a few times this year. I was meant to go this year already, but due to that NOTAM, didn't want to take the risk, so we went to the lakes instead. So an unplanned Lake District stream, so that was kind of cool. That was good fun. I did enjoy that. We got what did we get? We got F-16s. We had four F-16s and 2 Hawks and 2 of the F-35s from Lakenheath. That was cool. So that was kind of nice. course, we've got our big one in June. We got Cosford. That's our major one that we're doing this year. Looking forward to being their official broadcaster. Cosford Air Show, you know how it is. Yeah, so looking forward to that one. Can't wait for that. Oh yeah. Box of Corona on there, or whatever it is, Foster's. Should do a should we have a quick yeah, we'll do. Oh, there's the thing. Yeah, let's do a quick let's do a bit of a Q&A while we're waiting, shall we? Let's have a go. How are we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Goodness me, I am absolutely look at my hair, man. It's not too bad. How are we doing? Hope we're all good, ladies, gents, teddy bears. We can have a quick Q&A time if you want, and that's usually quite good. Oh, it actually feels quite nice standing this way. It's kind of cool. Well, it's kind of good. Have you got any questions about Holbeach, about the aircraft? I haven't got any of the models here because they would actually probably get an unrestricted climb out. But yes. Oh, that's a good question. So one's coming now from HST Ben 1. Is Ted gonna have any more flights soon? That is a very good question. We will try. We'll see what we can get. Yeah, we'll see what we can get for Ted, because it's kind of difficult to get Ted a flight because of what we do. You know, I'm here doing this, and Ted needs to kind of not be on the show. But you know, the best flights we ever get for Ted are the ones that are just out of the blue, the ones where, you know, a pilot or even a gunner comes along from 7 Squadron and takes Ted up on a Chinook. That was good. If you remember that one, that was cool. There isn't any planned flights. We don't really yeah, I mean, RIAT is an opportunity, so when we go, may be able to get Ted a flight, but we'll see what we can do, because it's always good fun. Let's have a look. Oh, gosh. Have I got anything on what do you mean by that? I got a message here from Jay. Is that Jay Cool J? Is that let's have a look. Just about it. You got anything on RAF Hemshaw? Do you mean Hemswell, by the way? Do you mean Hemswell? I'm not familiar with Hemshaw. Do you mean Hemswell? I know Hemswell's got a lot of if it's the one I'm thinking, I know it's got a lot of antique. Is it that one I'm thinking of? The one with like a whole. I went to this RAF state, like a lost airfield base. Where was I going? Oh yeah, Curtin in Lindsay, and I think it was Hemswell, and it was a whole industrial estate full of antique shops, literally full of it. It was amazing. I've not ever heard of RM Hemshaw. Do you mean Hemswell? Is that what you mean? Craig Oliver, how you doing? Hope you're all good. Steve Reynolds, are there restrictions on shipping in the area? Now, this is the thing. Now, there are and there aren't. Okay, so shipping, like laws out at sea, are a little bit different than airspace. they do have a zone and they do fish here. The laws are a little bit different, but then why on earth would you want to go fishing on in a live zone for live firing? I do not know. Let's have a look. Was Holbeach always used as a target range? Matt Crossan, yes, it was always since 1926. It was it's been a bombing range, a target range since then. So yes. Let's have a look. Alex Raven, your question about the two-seater on Holbeach. So they would do that. Okay, so I don't know 100%, but what I do know is that they would have a go on their simulator first of all before they would come here. I would imagine that they would have done, but you'll have to ask a pilot for that one. You'd have to ask 29, because there are questions when it comes to tactics. I would not know, because they are classified when it comes to tactical stuff. So any tactics that are used, that's like not available to the public. You'd have to speak to a pilot for that one on their discretion. Have you been to RAF Spadeham? Is it in Cumbria, is it? I thought it was, am I thinking of something else? I thought it was the one near Scotland. I suppose, yeah, I suppose it's up there. Is that the one, hang on a minute. I forgot the name of it. Hang on. Hang on. Give me a sec. Is that classed as, is that Cumbria then? I thought it was in Scotland, Spadeham, but I could be wrong. Might be on the border then. Oh yeah, I suppose it's not quite in Scotland, is it? Hang on a minute. No, I haven't been to Spadeham, and I know they've got they do a lot of electronic warfare there, don't they? A lot of electronic, and there's a fake station with like MiGs and stuff. There's a fake runway. I forgot what it was called. What is that runway called? It's actually got a name. It begins with a K, but I can never remember. I'm just trying to find it now. What that's called, that runway. There's an airfield up there in Spadeham, and they've made it look like mimic a particular airfield, and I'm sure it begins with a K, and I can never remember. So I've never been to Spadeham, and I would imagine it's not available to the public, right? I would imagine it's being what it is. I would imagine it's not actually accessible to the public. I wouldn't imagine, but I'll have to have a look at that. There is somewhere on here. I'm just trying to find it for you. I had it a while ago, and I've totally lost where it is. It's got a name. This airfield I'm sure it begins with a K, and it's to mimic. Let me see where it is. Let's see if I can find it. And it's got like a load of like I can't remember, like some real Cold War MiG style aircraft there. It's been a while since I came across it, but yeah, it's near sort of, where is it? It's gonna bug me, that as Kalinsky. Oh, okay. I can see where I was going with that. Thanks, man. Thanks, Davey. Yeah, it's got a fake Kalinsky airfield, which is kind of cool. But I doubt you can actually. Yeah, the fake airfield. Cheers for that. I doubt you can. I don't think it's accessible to the public. But hey, has Ted been up in an air-to-air refueling tanker? That's from David Smart. No, but that'll be a good one with a KC-135 or a Voyager. That would be kind of cool. In fact, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that one. Yeah, I was going to say it's private land. Yeah, spot on. Yeah, you can't actually go on there. You know. Yeah, we'll leave that. Yeah. I've been here 5 years, and in 5 years, I've been coming here for 5 years, and I've only ever seen one target being added. I don't know how often they would change them. I suppose when they desperately... Let's have a look. There's quite a lot of questions, so thank you very much. What's your guessing of this week's RIATS announcements? No idea, but no idea. I'll just go with them. Do you know what? I ain't even seen any of the announcements. I'm just like, I'll just turn up and see what's there. I'm going to be honest, I ain't even been looking at it. It's like, this is there, that's it. I'm going anyway, so I'll just turn up. And that way, if it goes tech, I didn't even know it was going to be there anyway. It's a good way to look at it, eh? Oh dear. Yes, I have heard of Burton Wood. It's massive, isn't it? I have heard of that one. Yeah, it's a massive American airbase, that one was. Yeah, it's Hemswell. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's Hemswell. If you ever go, they've got, if I remember correctly, is that, because there was quite a few near there. There was quite a few, and we were going to Curtin in Lindsay, and I can't remember if Hemswell was where they had, they've got like I think they had a Polish, there was a Polish squadron there, if I remember, if it's that one as well. But if you go further down, it's got a massive industrial estate, and it is, all it has is antique shops. That's it. So, and it's pretty good. You need a whole day and the rest. Probably need a holiday there. Bama fan, what aircraft is on Ted's bucket list for a ride along? Ted, yeah, good question actually. I think Ted would like a flight in I think a C-17, Ted, I reckon. Yeah, I think Ted would like to go in a C-17. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be really good. So there we go. If I haven't answered your question, it's probably because I don't know that one. Well, I suppose yeah, the less you have, I can only guess at that one, Alex. The less you have on board, the safer it is, I would imagine. But hey, that's just a guess. Peter G, it's up to the pilot when they turn up if they're going to be firing hot or cold or dry. It's not called cold, it'll be dry. But then I guess cold would mean it's if you say cold, it means that the range is not open. It's cold. Some good questions here. Top 3 military aircraft that you'd love to see in person but never have, and why those aircraft? From Hamish SAFC. Top 3 military aircraft that you would have loved to have seen in person but never have done, and why those aircraft? So first thing is SR-71. Never seen one. That would have been cool. Why? Because it's just for what it was and what it is, and how advanced it was for that time, and such a iconic aircraft. That one. But the thing is, never be able to see it. Horton 229 for sure, would have loved to have seen that. Although, having said that, if that did fly, that may have changed a little bit of the timescale of history. I just think it's just way ahead of its time, and something not completely far. Got excited there. That was a Lakenheath. But that's actually a Lakenheath frequency. I'll turn that off, actually, don't need that. Yeah, and then last but not least, would have been a Canberra. I would have loved to have seen an English electric Canberra. That would have been great. Again, the bridge between, I mean, that was the first ever jet-powered bomber of the Royal Air Force. That would have been amazing to see. Such, again, ahead of its time, its construction, the bridge, and the way it was constructed was just amazing. Made by a company that was making fridges, locomotives, electronic equipment, and yeah, amazing that aircraft, and it sounded nice from what I've heard from videos. The English electric Canberra, that would have been pretty cool. I would have loved to have seen that. Played a really important part, just classic really for what it was. Good questions. Yeah, really good questions. Right, give me a sec, let me just go and get a cup of tea. I'll be right back on the questions. Just one sec, I'm gonna get a cup of tea. Let me just have a look at my scanner a minute. What time is it? God, that it's getting full of cars here, isn't it? Questions, one sec. God, it sounds absolutely awful, doesn't it? Goodness me. Scared to have this cup of tea in front of the Now let me just finish this off. I reckon it's actually I reckon it's actually got worse. Right. That's actually got worse. The wind. I hope everything's all right on there. Anyway, back to your questions. Actually, let me just get a. Oh my word! Goodness me. Right, Alex Raven. I think I just caught your question there. What was it about cannon? Let's have a look. I think I was just about to. I think Alex Raven. Yeah, out of the Typhoon and F-35A. Bigger cannon. What, between the Typhoon and F-35A? Well, I suppose. Okay, you got to remember the Typhoon is a BK-27 Mauser cannon. That is an old school cannon. That's old school. Yeah. Whereas the GAU-22, a 4-barrel version of its GAU-8. All right. Bear with me. That was a 5-barrel. Okay, that's a good one. So don't forget the GAU-22 is a 25mm. The other one, the Typhoon's 27mm. So big, slightly bigger round on the Typhoon cannon, right? But the thing is, what you want is something that's going to give you that rate of fire called muzzle velocity. Okay, so rounds per minute. Typhoon is adjustable, 1,000 to 1,700 rounds per minute. Okay, so that's that one with about, what is it, 150 rounds, I think it is, 151 or something like that. Whereas the GAU-22, that fires at a rate of 3,300 rounds per minute. However, muzzle velocity, there's not much in it. The Typhoon just about has it at 1,100 meters per second. That's literally muzzle velocity. It's from when the bullet leaves, the speed, that rate where it leaves that barrel. Okay, so the Typhoon's got I think it's a 5-barrel. The GAU is a 4-barrel. But that fires at 1,085 meters per second. There's not much in it. 1,100, 1,085. Not much in it with the muzzle velocity. But that one's a lot rounds per minute. That'll get you a lot more rounds. That one. All right. So there you go. So that's got what, 182, 181, 82. They always have an extra 1 or 2 rounds in them. So there you go. Hope that answers your question. At the end of the day, and then you got the M61 Vulcan cannon, which is on the F-15s, which fires at 6,000 rounds per minute. Woo! Smoking. Hang on a minute. Let me just save my pocket chair a minute. Give me a sec. Pocket chair has taken a bit of a tumble. Just trying to save the goodness me. My pocket chair's gonna have to go on the floor, I think. Well, literally just opened out, lying down. Mark Joyce, how you doing? Sorry, I've just had to put the pocket chair. I'll bring it round over here actually. Living the dream. Mark Joyce, how you doing? I'll be back now. Yeah, I mean, I've only ever seen an SR-71 at Duxford, but it wasn't flying. What I mean by seeing it, I want to see it flying. I wish I could see it fly. Living the dream, Mark Joyce. I think you had a question there. What's been your number one standout moment, best achievement so far to date? Starting Ted Coningsby. Also, would you and Ted ever do a film dual flight together? And if so, in one aircraft? Whoa, okay. I'll tell you what. the best, I think, for me, the best ever achievement, and this is, I thought about it the other day, and it always, yeah, we've had some banger streams before. We've had, you know, the planes, 17 aircraft coming through the Lake District. We've had the Tahoe flight, that was pretty cool. We've had some glorious sunsets. We've had all sorts of stuff. We've had, you know, but I'll tell you what, the most smashing thing for me ever was, let me get the years right, was probably, hang on a minute, 25 and 24, yeah, hang on a minute, I'm just trying to think it, hang on a minute. Oh goodness me, you got, I know when it is, I'm just trying to remember the date. It was the first time we did, Cosford, was it 2024, the official streamer, and I've never seen my views at 10.7k watching, and the numbers were going up to 50. We had 53,000 subscribers then, and I was waiting for the 54, and it skipped and it went straight to 55. But when the red arrows came, that moment, seeing 10.7k, I'd never seen that in my life. I know last year we had 15.7k watching, that again with the red arrows that were on, that were peaking that. But that was the first time for me seeing 10 point something, like even 2 digits doubled. That was the most. I think that will always live in my sort of like best moments, that one, because it was just never seen that number in my life on, like, come up on the screen. I mean, some amazing things when the pilot brought back Ted from flying over Buckingham Palace, and the pilot was waving with Ted and holding Ted. That was a lovely moment. So so there's two highlights there. One for the channel achievement, seeing 10.7k, 2,000 subscribers, just literally just jumped like that. But seeing that many people tuned in to my little live stream, you know, just me and a camera and a teddy bear, was just probably the best feeling, and I was buzzing. And I'll never forget this, right? This might sound stupid, but I hope I'm not the only one, and even if it is me just being me, don't care really. Do you ever have a really good time and then this song pops on just at the right moment? Do you ever get that feeling? You know, you're feeling good, you've just done something amazing, and this song pops on, and then that kind of becomes your theme tune for the whole year. Mine was Blinded by the Lights by Weekend. You know, I just literally finished the Cosford stream. You can probably hear it in the background, but I was just setting up, I was just packing up. But that for me was probably the most amazing achievement, the Cosford. And then I think probably the most like heartfelt thing for me was Ted coming back from the King's fly past. That was awesome. If you remember that, the world's and that was if you've ever seen Top Gun's RAF Top Gun season 2, it's got Mac and Cheese, and they were the ones that flew Ted. Oh, that must have been memorial flight then. That must have been the memorial flight where Ted. Oh yeah, oh, I didn't know that. It's got 213,000 views, that stream as well. But yeah, couldn't believe it when they brought back Ted. And yeah, Mac and Cheese flew Ted on that flight, which was kind of cool. So Ted's met some celebrities, but yeah, never seen 10.7k watching at any one time on my stream. And then last year topped that at 15.7 or thereabouts. That was pretty good. So yeah, that was a good question there, Mark man. Oh yeah, and to answer your other question, would there be a dual flight? Ooh, I suppose we could do, couldn't we? I think a fun one would be something like the P-51 or the T-6 Harvard, the Wacky Wabbit, Ted and I in the back, or even a Chipmunk in the back of one of them. Somewhere where we could probably talk a little bit as well. Or even a Hawk T2, that'd be kind of cool. Tell you what, that would be good actually. How about a Hawk T2 from Valley in the back of one of them? Yeah, how about that in the back? Or is it in the front? I don't know where they'd put me then. I suppose I'd have to be in the back. But that would be pretty cool. Ted and I just chatting away there. so I don't actually miss the hawk. But I might miss the flight getting to it, but there you go. Barney Rubble. Do they need a NOTAM if they are going to do anything? No, they do not. The only time they need a NOTAM for here is if they are extending the times. Okay, so you may see the pinned comment. Okay, so on the .gov website, it will tell you the range opening times, but it won't tell you, of course, for safety reasons and security, won't tell you the exact flight schedule. But say, for example, it was 9 till 5 today. All right, so 0900 to or 1700. If they needed it longer, then they'll put in a NOTAM. Yes, they will put in a NOTAM for extended opening hours for that one. Oh, thanks a lot, Darren Endersby. So yeah, so they don't need a NOTAM here. They for here, the range is active on their opening times, okay, and then you got the red flag. So only they'll only put a NOTAM if they need to extend the hours or anything. That I've seen a NOTAM before for something specific when it was closed, okay, so before it opened. There was a and sometimes if they're going to deactivate the range, they will put a NOTAM for that. Okay, and then they'll put in another NOTAM when it goes active again, just to let the public know. So yeah, they don't need a NOTAM for here, because it is a danger area. So it's EG and danger area with the letter D 207. So this is a danger live air weapons range. Let's have a look. Right. Cool. I think we're all good. Goodness me, you can hear that wind just battering and howling away. Well, is it going to be another day of no fighter jets today? Brutal, isn't it? Oh, that wind is just probably worse than yesterday, mind. But never mind. Again, it wasn't a blank, and to be honest, we got something completely different. That'll be the second time I've caught the Tutor. We caught it last year. I think they used the yellow one last year, didn't they? Where's the get chair gone? until I think we'll have to cut it off at 1400, I think, because it's pretty brutal out here. Even got a bit of surf out there, look. Look at the grass. Look at this. Yeah, the pheasant's been over here today. You might even see it. It was over here somewhere. It was hiding over here. Oh dear, excuse me.
Holbeach range looker 01.
Oh.
3 mic out. 51120.
Oh, we got some. Oh my god. We got something in. There's something here. Oh my god, Ted, quickly. I don't know what we're doing here.
Looker 3036 7002. Copy, range cold, clear to enter.
F-35s, I think. Looker. Yay, F-35s. Woo! Oh my god, this weather is absolutely shocking, man. Come on. Actually got worse. We got so we got some F-35s here now. Oh dear, oh.
Ranger, looker now 10 miles out. Good data. Ranger 3. Looker 01 and hold straight to the 5 tapping to join GFE 30 decimal 36 and requesting attitude. Looker will be in the range for about 15 to 20 miles off the way to Holbeach and Roman Seagull with Overlord. Looker 1, please.
Okay, if you just joined us, we've got F-35s entering the range. They're not far. Oh my word. F-35s entering the range. 2 of them, flight of 2 looker flight. Last minute, here you go. I can't see either. Luckily I'm not on the van today. Troubles trying to stand up in that. That was not the most fun, that, but I hope you enjoyed that anyway. Oh. Tragic. That was hard work. That was. They were a little bit high there, weren't they? But no worries. I'll hopefully there's more. Plenty of F-35s out at the moment, and it's not rare. Well, I say not rare, but we have had it before. you can get show of forces here, which are just like probably one of the most exciting things that doesn't involve firing a weapon. Show of forces are just insane, and they're a little bit in a way liberal to what they can do. They can do an aileron roll, whatever. Literally it is buzzing the tower, but can also be used in combat as well as an intimidation technique against enemy. So if you don't want to fire at enemy but you just want to warn them, you could do a show of force where it would mean literally going quite low and scaring the hell out of your enemy without firing anything. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So there's sounds like there's more F-35s out. JMC 1364, thanks very much. It does involve a lot of standing out here, but you know, it gives you a chance to experience it, absolutely. And we're all here to get, goodness me, is that flag about to just literally take off? I don't think that flag's going to last very long. Never seen a sort of like a vertical flag. I think that flagpole looks like it's is it it looks like it's bending on the top, but we'll stay another, like I said, till 1400, and then we'll call it a day, because I am literally struggling out here, man. It would have been a no stream today for sure, if I was going anywhere else other than here. So it's not so bad on with your feet on the ground there now. See, what I can show you is a US Air Force military cartridge container. Got one of these here for you so you can have a look at what it looks like. There you go, can fit 100 cartridges here, 50 cals with all your details. Pretty cool, isn't it? Who's this? Oh, it's leaving. No! Got excited there. Pocket chair is chair down, chair down. Yeah, this has definitely been the windiest year, and last year as well. I've never known, like, since I've been, you know, since ever. We are now officially the windiest, one of the windiest countries, I think. This has certainly been notable in the last 2 years, for sure. I've never known it this bad to be consistently windy. But certainly this year and last year have been the worst for wind conditions. Never known it. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, we get windy days given, but consistently is something I've noticed in the last 2 years. Just ridiculous. But hey, that's the way it is. I'm not going to fight it. You can never beat the elements, but you can certainly work with it or join it or find a way around it. Come on, Taco. What else we got? We've got a couple of call signs up. We got Speed, Taco. We've got Dark Flight. There's a few F-35s up. I can hear Dark, Taco, but I'm not sure Are they coming here or are they not? That's the thing. There's another one as well. Yeah, sometimes if you've got Lakenheath frequencies on, you can sometimes hear the call signs that are in the area. Like that one. I am going to have a mission taking this back in the wind. Woo, yeah. How are we all doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears, Margot, Ian McCabe, Mayhem Marshy, Bat Purple? How you all doing? How you feeling? Mark Dudley, all white in this thing. Woo! LEJ Approach, Christopher Carr, Bev, 2810, Billy Webster, Blue Lightning, K4K, K4SHJ, Air Godzilla, how you all doing? JPG Aviation, hope we're well. Hope we're good. You know, the wind is blowing through my eyelids and lifting them. Actually, it doesn't feel nice when it does that. Come on, Taco's here.
Taco 1, Osprey, get off the puppet. Taco 1, approximately 15 miles from south, 2 ships looking to conduct 40-degree angle straight drive on target 5. Taco 1, flight join, range zone, GFT 30.36. We are cover okay, 47002 out of range bound. Taco 1, altimeter 3036, traffic okay, squawk 7002 on the range.
So doing some high angle strafing on target 5, which are these. But I think it's dry, I don't think it's actually...
I'd like to return to East Anglia to turn all handle.
Yeah, so these are 30-foot armoured plating, and the F-35's cannon, and it's the F-35A out of the 3 variants. The F-35A is the only variant with an internal cannon. It's a GAU-22 cannon. It's a 25mm 4-barrel cannon, a muzzle velocity at a whopping 1,085 meters per second, fires at a rate of 3,300 rounds per minute. Yeah, so this is target 5, so you'll be simulating high angle dry strafing on that. Right in the nick of time before I finish up for the day. Strafe is a term for diving. Is a form of a combat attack on your aircraft where you dive. Used in World War II, of course, probably in World War I. You get different angles of strafing. Literally, the aircraft will dive down at a particular angle. You get low angle strafing, you get a 30-degree angle strafing, that kind of thing. Depends what the pilot's intentions are. But at least we've got another set of F-35s. So don't forget, ladies and teddy bears, one last push to hit the like button. Let's go, come on, let's try and get 1,000 likes before we finish up. Hopefully I can stand up in this one. Hopefully I can actually see them. Even Tower have said aircraft not seen. Oh gosh, there you are. Oh, that's very high angle. get there. Otherwise it's really difficult, and then trying to stand up in this is just shocking. Where are you? Yeah, once I catch and latch onto them, I'm pretty good. And I have to say, this has been one of the most difficult days to film them today in this wind. This is it's not a cop off, it's just literally, you know, from my own personal experience, this today has got to be in the worst conditions I've ever filmed in, to try and even do that. The light is sharp, but the wind more than anything, and it's a shame, because if it wasn't for the wind I'd be locked onto them all day. But there you go, at least I got a couple of good shots there at the last bit. I think we got a moon shot. Thanks a lot for your kind words, Big Al, thank you very much. There we go, we're gonna call it a day, because there's only so much I can do in this. Goodness me. Whoa. It's actually got worse. I thought it was I was hoping it would calm down by now, but obviously not. Right, this is going to be fun, putting this away in the wind. But luckily it's blowing away from the range, so any situations oh dearie me. Alright, Ginger Bailey, how you doing, man? Thank you very much for the super A-Guards March, thank you very much. Joshua Brown, thank you very much for 19 months membership as well. Good afternoon, everyone. How you all doing? Oi, oi, thank you very much. Right, I think Ted and I... Yeah, knock it off, Ted, knock it off. Thanks a lot, Hamish, thank you. Right, yeah, we're done. I'm surprised the camera is still on. I'm surprised the camera hasn't, you know, fallen or anything, but hey, never say never. I've still got to get to that button. And Ted's beret is still going. Stay here, Ted. Right, thank you very much. I'm going to make this short and brief. Holbeach Tower, thank you very much. Ladies, gents and teddy bears, thank you so much. Also the shooter display team, thank you so much, from Cranwell, and also the 48 Fighter Wing, probably 493rd, thanks a lot, and all our members and viewers, thank you so much. It's just got worse. Right, I'm off. Nikos, Ted Coningsby, Squadron Leader Ted Coningsby, live, Holbeach, gone, see ya soon, wish you well, bye. Hit the button quick, Ted, before we become Mr. Whippy. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Oh yeah, ladies, gents and teddy bears, welcome to the Ted Coningsby Channel membership. I'm Nikos, I'm your cameraman and commentator. This is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. Just want to say a massive thank you to all our members. Guns up, and oh yeah. Take it away, Ted.
Ladies, gents and teddy bears,
We want to say a massive thank you to all of our subscribers for getting us to where we are today. We have gone all over the country, from as far as Lossiemouth to Brize Norton, and military areas such as air weapons ranges, low flying areas, heritage centres and special flights for TED 2. We cannot do this without your support, and your support will be rewarded. You can now join the Ted Coningsby Squadron and help fund the channel to get us around the country and provide us with the funds for equipment to bring you better content too. We have 3 levels of membership to suit everyone. With your membership, you'll get access to members only videos, photos, posts, unlock special Ted Coningsby YouTube emojis and loyalty badges, as well as being able to access our exclusive members only Discord server. All membership levels reward you with discounts to our online store. Our top level fighter squadron was inspired by many of our fans who supported the channel massively. This is more of a personal experience with me and Ted, giving you exclusive live streams and content from behind the scenes photos, special info and updates, as well as a free Ted Coningsby Fighter Squadron patch for joining. Whichever membership level suits you, we want to say a massive thank you for choosing to join the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Ah, yeah.